So I'm guessing everyone has heard of the term Bitcoin, but many people, I'm sure, are not 100% comfortable with the idea or don't fully understand it. So what the hell is Bitcoin, Ahmed? And could you please introduce yourself for us in a few words?
Good afternoon, Abdullah. Thank you for having me in your wonderful show. I watch your episodes every week. I'm Ahmed Al-Madhoub, a software developer. I work in computer programming and IT services for about 10 years. Many people don't distinguish between Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. We will speak about these topics mainly.
Okay,
what's the first question?
The first question is what is Bitcoin? We've heard about it for so long, but it differed. In the beginning, it was a joke, and then now it seems like all the big social media and big companies are referencing it so often that we have to be exposed to it. So what the hell is it?
And it's reached about $1 trillion market cap in the last month. Was like a boom in the media, on social media, and Twitter, as you know,
and the financial world as well.
Yeah, the financial world. And if you read like Bloomberg and Financial Times and these magazines, everyone's speaking on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin, actually, we will think about it like a virtual gold, but some people call it illusional gold. It's a digital or virtual gold trying to create something anonymous and cannot be tracked by anyone. And you can have real value based on code that no one can steal. You have one Bitcoin and people decide what value it has. So it's a decentralized technology based on blockchain. To understand blockchain, understand Bitcoin, you should understand blockchain. It's like think about it like a huge Excel sheet on a distributed server, a huge distributed server. Every user, everyone using the native Bitcoin wallet is called a node. All the nodes around the world creating the decentralized server to validate transactions through their machines. So no central authority is controlling Bitcoin.
But what is, for us normal, everyday people, what is the point? What is the advantage that it gives us using Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency? We understand that it's encrypted, but most of our wallets nowadays are already digital. The bank just gives you an app that it has a number, and then you just send your number to other people and you're satisfied with that transaction and you believe that's real money. So in terms of normal day-to-day humans, what is the point of Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency?
Yeah, in traditional financial system, by the way, I'm not the financial expert, I'm the technical expert, but the traditional financial system is based on banking. The only legal way globally to transfer money is through bank. Even cash is somehow not legal to transfer large amounts of money using cash. The only way is banking. And what I say is traditional banking or conventional banking. So if I want to transfer money from Bahrain to the UK, I go through Swift, something called Swift. It takes a complicated process to withdraw your money. Then you will have, of course, you will have transaction fees, and transaction fees are collected by central authorities, banks itself, banks and other payment processing institutions. So when I transfer cryptocurrency from my wallet to your wallet, it will be transferred directly without going through 2 or 3 banks, what we are doing now.
So basically,
this is not the same. Yeah. Okay.
So basically, sorry for cutting you off, but basically, if we're using cryptocurrency, we're getting rid of the middleman. No one has to check my money and apply different rates and different fees that I have no control over. And it would be the closest thing to me handing you the money myself, giving you the money from my hand to yours. And that's the general advantage, you say, about cryptocurrency, is you get rid of the middleman, the medium between the sender and the receiver.
Another important point, the problem of inflation. If you have before maybe 20 years, £1, it's not the same £1 you have today. You have money, but you don't have the same value because central authorities keep printing more money as they need. But cryptocurrencies are limited before its beginning. So it's programmed like Bitcoin. It's already programmed to be 21 million coins. No one can increase the number in future. So that's amazing.
Why is it specifically 21 million? That's an oddly specific number.
Yeah, the unknown person, it's called Satoshi Nakamoto. He decided to keep it 21.
Yeah, by the way, Satoshi Nakamoto, what I understand, is the creator of Bitcoin, and that name is not real. It's a pseudonym.
Yeah, personally, I'm not really interested who is the person made this, but because the most important is the idea. Since if you are a software developer, you can go to github.com and see the code and make sure it's something solid and powerful and can't be changed or hacked easily. It depends, because it depends on the network, the decentralized network. If all the users decide to secure their network, then it's completely 100% secure, and no one can invade the network in any way. So from technical point of view, it's something highly secure, but it has some limitations and some problems. They will overcome it soon in other cryptocurrencies.
The idea of Bitcoin is not something that is perfect, and because of that, some other entities have created other digital currencies as well. And I'm sure there's hundreds, probably thousands, of these cryptocurrencies that exist in the world, like a meme one that existed in Twitter, and it's called Dogecoin, and I get really confused by the amount of digital currencies, and if this decentralized system is a good thing and is the future, and we have so many of these digital currencies, wouldn't that just make the same thing? Like we have the pound, the dollar, the euro, and then you would have the same but in crypto land. What is the purpose of having so many cryptocurrencies? And is there one specific one that is the best? because probably Bitcoin is the most known. And can you talk to us about how many, or the notable ones at least?
Yeah. So since it's a decentralized idea, then no one can control how many cryptocurrencies we should have or we must have. So we have a lot, almost. Actually, when you consider every token as a cryptocurrency on all the crypto assets, what we say, what we call, we have more than 1 million.
More than
But
1 million?
Yeah, 1 million cryptocurrencies, because everyone can, you can create your own crypto asset. Okay. If it's legal there, okay. Yeah, but practically there are about 1,000 practical and widely used cryptocurrencies.
So 1,000 cryptocurrencies. So if let's imagine I want to transition into cryptocurrency world, and I want to maybe mine, maybe invest, maybe use some of them for international transfers, because I have used that myself, international cash transfers using the bank. I'm sure many people have. So if I were to use one, why would I use something other than Bitcoin? Why would it be not Bitcoin if they're all the same decentralized network?
Because the Bitcoin now has large transaction fees, and it takes about 1 hour to complete transaction, 1 to 2 hours, maybe more or less. It depends on network, on the how busy the network is. But we have better choices and more improvements in second generation cryptocurrencies like the Ethereum, which is the best choice in my opinion. Look, every coin and every crypto coin, it has its use case and value proposition.
Okay.
Starting with Bitcoin, its value proposition is just creating virtual gold or illusional gold, nothing more. But a cryptocurrency called Ripple, made by a big company called Ripple Incorporated in the United States, it's a money transmission protocol. Like when we say HTTP, hypertext transmission protocol, they have RPL or XRPL protocol to transfer money between banks in a more effective way. So many banks already invested in the company. They have invested in the Ripple company, including, if you know, Standard Chartered Bank, large British bank around the world. So for money transfer, I would say the best solution would be Ripple using XRP. The coin is called XRP and the protocol is XRPL.
You mentioned Ethereum and we'll come back to it, but you said Ripple. So for example, I wanted to transfer some money to a place outside of my own country, and I were to use Ripple. How does a person do that? Like, I'm sitting here, I have a bank account and I don't have Ripple assets and I don't know how to send Ripple assets. How do I ask, for example, my cousin to send me some Ripple money? How does that happen?
Good question. You have many exchanges, central exchange platforms like crypto.com. Or many websites, but I say crypto.com because it's legal in the UK and in Bahrain.
Okay.
It's regulated. They have a license, worldwide license. And they, according to their websites, they are legal in Bahrain and they are legal to use in the UK. So you can have an account on crypto.com and then then you buy whatever you want, Bitcoin or Ripple or Ethereum, and you can send to anyone through his encrypted hash address.
Okay, say I do that. Say someone sends me, let's, for the sake of example, just 100 Ripple coins or whatever, and say I want to go to the supermarket and buy stuff. Can I buy stuff with Ripple from the supermarket?
Yeah. Actually, crypto.com, they provide you with a credit card. By the way, it's not an advertisement. It's not a paid advertisement.
Far from it. Yeah. We're just talking.
Yeah, but you have Binance also. It's a Chinese platform, legal in the UK also, but it's not legal in the United States. You have many other exchange. We have Rain.com in Bahrain, the first regulated cryptocurrency exchange in the Kingdom of Bahrain. It has 4 cryptocurrencies: the Bitcoin and Litecoin, Ethereum, and Ripple.
When you mean exchange, you mean exchange it to cash? Exchange it to a normal currency? Exchange it to what exactly?
Exchange, they mean exchanging between different cryptocurrencies, but also they exchange from GBP, pound, to Bitcoin, and vice versa.
But wouldn't that be working against the idea of Bitcoin? If you now have someone who is using rates and getting commissions, isn't that just a bank all over again?
Look, currently it's the only legal way to do so. But there are many decentralized exchanges, which I not recommend because it's almost illegal.
Okay. Almost illegal. We don't know what that means, but okay. We're just talking hypothetically.
We have different countries.
If the future is going to be crypto land, it's not currently widely used. That's the point I'm getting at. We've seen companies like Tesla starting to introduce measures where they accept Bitcoin as a payment, or I have seen news articles about PayPal starting to use digital wallets and digital currencies in their transactions. So that could be a step between us enthusiasts, tech enthusiasts, and maybe financial enthusiasts. Our obsession with crypto, and that would be a step to bridge the gap between us and normal everyday people.
Yeah. Already you can buy different things using cryptocurrencies, maybe in the UK, and I'm sure in the United States you can have Bitcoin ATMs. And we have one Bitcoin ATM in the Kingdom of Bahrain. And some are called the Fintech Bay, and Bahrain Bay. Yeah, only till now.
So what would you use in that ATM? What would you put in? What would you?
You just to deposit and withdraw Bitcoins.
Yeah, but what? Yeah. Like, let's say
I want to use it as. Okay.
Well, what would happen if I walk into that ATM? What would it tell me? Would it tell me log in? What would it ask me to do?
No, you will deposit and withdraw using a hash encrypted address. It's like the ABCGHHI1110.
Okay, so that code is that constant? Is this a constant code?
Your address. It's your public address.
It's my public address. So if you were to get a hold of, or this address, can you withdraw my Bitcoin?
To know what?
If you know my address, that local public address, if you know it, can you withdraw my money?
No, of course.
What is this is what I'm asking. What does the ATM ask you to provide? Would you like have it on a piece of paper and then type it?
Of course, they will have something registration they call it KYC, know your customer, because every company is dealing with cryptocurrencies. They must know their customers and they must register everything, because to avoid many things like money laundering and so on.
here we go again. So it is regulated. All the legal venues you want to get your cryptocurrency using is regulated, and it gets rid of that anonymity, doesn't it? Because if you walk into an ATM and you'd have to put in some kind of ID, or there's a camera, or I'm just guessing that the whole concept of cryptocurrency revolves around anonymity and free access and no centralized power. But currently, if you were to make it legal, you have to go through these regulating bodies that kind of
Uh,
centralize a decentralized system.
yeah, it's kind of semi-centralized, we call it. But I'm not a legal expert. But what I know, if you have your crypto assets, then you decide what you do with it, whether you will use it legally or illegally.
But isn't that the case?
Any person in the world. So you own your assets in your wallet. It's encrypted, and nobody can withdraw your money because you have the private key.
Yeah, what is this private key?
Yeah, if you open a wallet,
okay,
you will have two hash codes. One is called two addresses.
Okay.
The private address and the public address.
Okay.
So the public address, you give it to everyone.
Okay.
So everyone you want to deal with.
Okay.
To send and receive. Your private key, or let's say private key, public key and private key. Two phrases like what we said.
Just a string of numbers and letters.
Random, yeah.
Okay.
So the private key, you keep it, and it's like your key to hold your money.
Can I change it?
No, you can't change the private key. You can open more wallets, but
what if someone steals it?
You will lose everything. You should then you should directly transfer your assets to a new wallet.
So let's say I have a crypto wallet, and there is this code that is private. I'm not supposed to memorize it, right? So I'm not memorizing this code.
Yeah, you just.
So where do I store this?
You store it in a safe place on your hard disk.
Well, I don't trust myself.
Yeah, it's better to print it and to keep it, or write it by hand. Some people use something like cold storage.
So I'm just highlighting. I'm a fan of cryptocurrency, but I'm just highlighting the issues that someone hearing this would be like, what is the case if this happens or this happens? And one of the things I've heard about is, I guess the Indian government is proposing to make their own cryptocurrency. So a cryptocurrency issued by the government. And here is where I get confused, where I'd be like, so we are talking about, we'll come back to Ethereum in a bit, but Bitcoin and Ripple and these big and popular cryptocurrencies, if they start to get dominated by government issued cryptocurrency, would that basically be the end of this revolutionary idea of having no centralized system? If the Indian government says, okay, crypto is illegal.
No, because already we have some cryptocurrency projects or proposals by the European Union and Japan. Already, Venezuela, they have their own cryptocurrency.
Their own?
Maybe 2 years ago, yeah.
Created by?
The government of Venezuela, yeah.
So do they regulate
the first
it?
Official, yeah. It's official, they own cryptocurrency. I don't remember the name, maybe peso or something. The second point from your question, previous question, You said having decentralized
Yeah.
cryptocurrencies by government.
Yeah.
It makes sense because they will get the benefit of having good transaction fees or much less transaction fees than what they have today. So even central authorities and banks, like what they did with Ripple, and already many banks in the Gulf and everywhere are using Ripple, even in Bahrain and or in Saudi Arabia and the Gulf. We have many banks. They are using Ripple to facilitate money transmission in cheap way, or let's say low cost.
So I have a question for you. We're talking about there's two main disadvantages for me when it comes to cryptocurrency. One is it's not widely used yet, so it's not as easy as grabbing cash and handing it to a person.
Yeah.
It's not
but
as easy yet.
As I said,
it's developing, but this is a problem right now. And the second might be not my personal view, but like regulating authorities, the anonymity aspect of it. Could you use it for illegal activities per se? But this is not the question I have for you. But if cryptocurrency becomes a thing that is dominating the financial industry and everyone uses it, who will be the biggest loser? Is it the banks?
I don't think so. Banks
what is stopping it? What is the number one obstacle between the mainstream and crypto? Is it governments, or is it banks, or is it just the resistance?
Maybe banks, not governments. I think many governments around the world are already supporting cryptocurrencies, including the government of Bahrain through its what we call the fintech bay, and we have something in Bahrain called the sandbox. Any entrepreneur around the world can start his blockchain-based project and regulated here in Bahrain. The governments just want to make sure there is no illegal practice in the field.
Okay.
Like that.
It's interesting.
The banks, maybe banks are
interesting that you say that, because I mean, obviously I'm a student here in the UK, and I've been here for more than 4 years now. And sometimes, for unknown reasons, an international bank transfer, a traditional one, would get declined, or would get upheld, or would get delayed.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons is sometimes they work 9 to 5 in the UK, and they work 9 to 3, 7 to 3 in Bahrain. And the time difference, we don't, like, the UK doesn't bank on Sundays, and Bahrain does. So you'd have these weird delays between a payment getting sent and a payment being received. And I'm guessing this is due to processing by humans. Is a machine processing traditional bank transfers? I'm
because
guessing.
traditional banking system is working in much complicated workflow. They transfer money through other banks. It's not directly from Bahrain to the UK, or from two banks. You deposit and you withdraw directly. They go through they may be around the world, in the United States and the European Union. Then you receive your money after 3 days.
Okay. Fair enough.
So you say the first point. Currently, you can use Bitcoin directly or like Ripple or Ethereum, using in the UK. If you have an account on crypto.com, then you can request and order your credit card, and directly you can buy anything using this Visa card, crypto Visa card, or MasterCard.
Interesting. But okay. But
so you can use it.
If I'm talking about Bitcoin, in 2021 alone, Bitcoin's value has changed so much where it seems crazy to spend it. If you are one of these people who think Bitcoin's price will go up, it would be like an invest. Every time you make a purchase, it would be like an investment opportunity that you have quote unquote wasted. Because I've seen the first purchase made by Bitcoin, and it was by a guy, I forget his name. He ordered 2 pizzas for 20,000 Bitcoins. And these 20,000 Bitcoins are now worth hundreds of millions of dollars. So if I had Bitcoin, it could be both ways. If I keep it with me, maybe it will be worthless in a year. If I spend it now, maybe it would be worth so much more in a year. So this is the criticism of Bitcoin in specific, this specific currency, is it's so volatile. It changes with every passing day. How could it be a stable currency? And this is, I guess, where Ethereum comes in.
Yeah, that's that's the reason I don't support to think about Bitcoin and to take it and to use it as a store of value. In my opinion, it's not the real solution to have Bitcoin as a store of value. So just as a transmission method, as a container for other real assets.
Okay.
And we will come to speak about Ethereum. Yeah.
So what is
Ethereum? Came from a Canadian Russian guy called Vitalik Buterin.
Okay, that's a hard name to remember, yeah. But okay.
But so he was 19 years old.
And I'm 22, and I'm doing nothing.
Yeah,
okay.
Dropped university, then started his great project, his huge project called Ethereum.
Okay.
The same idea of Bitcoin, but just instead of processing random codes, you process computer programs called decentralized apps. So he has created something huge called EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine, as the largest distributed computer in the world currently, where you can develop applications and run on top of it.
So what is it doing? What programs is it solving?
Yeah, and it's a general purpose machine where you can deploy any program.
Is it like a global supercomputer kind of thing where it's using all the computers in the world
can
to
think
solve?
About it. Yeah, you can think about it like that because every node, every user, every native wallet user is a node, and he is doing processing Ethereum transactions. So here, the value proposition, what we talked about, the value proposition of Ethereum, it's a universal computing machine. But when we think about Bitcoin, it's like doing nothing, just wasting a huge amount of energy. Bitcoin is using energy more than the UK.
Okay, it's interesting.
It's interesting. Countries, yeah.
It's interesting you mention it because I'm into gaming, and I have been looking towards building this PC of mine, and one of the parts was upgrading my graphics cards, and that got me into research on why there are no graphics card on the market. And it might not be 100% true because I know that there are some issues with production of electronics in general and chips right now, but many are pointing towards crypto mining. What the hell is crypto mining?
Yeah, actually, crypto mining is something that looks complicated because the word mining is, I think it's not accurate.
Okay. So what is it?
We can say it's like you are validating and verifying Bitcoin transactions.
Okay.
And you get rewards, you get incentives randomly from the network because you are providing the service.
Okay. So basically,
Okay.
you
So
run
they
your
call
machine.
it mining.
You
Yeah.
run your machine, and this is, I guess, the idea of blockchain. You run the machine to power essentially the network to do the the processing for the network. And I guess the nodes you
An
mentioned,
exchange, yeah.
the nodes you mentioned, all in one unison power this crypto world using a technology called blockchain.
Yeah, and you will be a node after that, and you will get some fractions, a little, according to the power, the processing power you are providing. You will have some crypto fractions of cryptocurrencies or crypto coins. When we come to Bitcoin, it consumes large, very, very huge amount of energy.
I'm sure, yeah. I have seen
more, yeah. So the problem here was its carbon footprint.
Yeah.
Carbon dioxide footprint, CO2. It's unfriendly, eco-unfriendly technology. Not the blockchain. So we will come to the third generation. Yeah.
So what is the third generation? So a part of the conversation is we are here now. We understand how the technology, I mean, to a small extent, but we understand what it's doing and what's the purpose of it. But how do we go from here to the future, to the what is next for our digital currency situation? What is generation 3?
So the third generation are some projects to overcome the problems and the limitations of Bitcoin and first generation and second generation. When we speak about second generation, it's like Ethereum, universal computing machine. We have many cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, similar, such as Neo. It's the Chinese Ethereum.
Okay.
And
we have the Chinese everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have Tron, also Chinese one, but it's not Chinese centric.
Okay.
Yeah, not China centric. Tron is a promising project also.
So this is again second generation, right?
Yeah, second generation. His name is Sun. Yeah.
Okay.
Justin Sun, a Chinese guy. Maybe he is.
What is he? 17?
Like this.
How old? How old?
20 years old.
Oh my God! So these geniuses are all young, super young, creating these massive things.
Yeah. So when he created this, but the Tron and the Tron network, then he acquired the Torrent network, the Torrent company.
Okay.
And he is running something called the Torrent token.
Okay.
Yeah, and Torrent token, it has a value proposition to give you to provide faster download. Before Bitcoin, we have a decentralized large network called BitTorrent. BitTorrent, you use it to download movies and books and many legal or illegal. Yeah.
And that's again the problem. That's the similarity between torrents and crypto, is this decentralized nature of it that makes it
you can think about crypto just like cryptocurrencies is just like BitTorrent for money.
Okay, so we didn't really answer the question. What is the third generation of cryptocurrency?
Yeah, so third generation, so we know now the first generation like Bitcoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin. These are third generation. Even Dogecoin is something not too old.
Yeah,
but
I think 2000.
Dogecoin using 2018 started, but
so.
it's and Bitcoin 2011 or sorry 2009 using Dogecoin first generation. It's just
a meme.
I think about it. Yeah.
Okay. Second generation, bullshit. He said, is Ethereum.
Yeah. Second generation is trying to build a universal computer
system
upon the technology, the blockchain. And the third generation is trying to overcome the CO2 footprint. So making eco-friendly cryptocurrencies and trying to make to create interconnection protocol between other cryptocurrencies. So as you said, you have many cryptocurrencies. So they are trying to like unify the technology.
Okay.
Something, and other things such as scalability and security. So the Ethereum, the interesting point in Ethereum is now a non-profit foundation based in Switzerland.
Okay.
In a city called Zug. Zug is called the Crypto Valley.
Okay.
Crypto Valley is in Switzerland. Switzerland, we call it in German, die Schweiz.
Okay.
But in Arabic,
you're using so many different terms that I don't understand, but sure, go on.
I speak about Switzerland because I don't like to say Switzerland. It's something
heavy word.
Strange, In Arabic, we call it Svezera, from Italian language. But
it makes sense though. Switzerland is the financial hub of the world, shall we say? And now it's the first place to host the non-profit organization that is Ethereum. For me to kind of sum it up here, what is your personal interest in all of this, and how did you get interested in all of this technology-based financial systems, and how do you think the future will manifest itself? How will it exist? How will we see the future when it comes to money and financial technology as a whole?
Personally, I'm interested in technology as a software developer, but not interested actually in the financial system
aspect of it.
So on, because I'm as a software developer, an expert in IT. I'm a huge fan of Ethereum and the idea of a universal computing machine. So this is my personal interest.
I'm guessing you would have
virtual gold.
I'm guessing you have three opposition members. There's the software people who are interested in understanding how the thing works and how to maximize its performance, reduce its limitations, and so on. And then you have the financial people who are the Wall Street people, the investors, the people who want to make money, to see Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies as a potential investment. And you have the governments who are looking at this thinking, is this going to ruin how we authorize payments, or is it going to make everything better and get us more money? And then you have the fourth and most important people in this conversation, who are us, normal human beings, who depending on how this thing turns out, we would one day look at these times as a decisive factor, as the turning points, the development of something that might be the new normal for the future, or it might be something like a missed opportunity kind of thing, where the idea was good and then the execution was, or the implementation was not really perfect. I guess it's really interesting to talk about this to get as many people in the conversation, because when it comes to complicated matters like the future of our payment systems, sometimes it's overwhelming to go and search in Wikipedia, oh, what is cryptocurrency? And then you have all these articles that bombard you with so much information that you don't understand anything by the end of it.
Yeah, yeah, I think we should. And we have first to simplify ideas and to try to understand it from different sources. Yeah.
I mean, it's a really interesting topic. I feel like we need as many people who are interested, I guess, to hear the side of the story from people who are not very much involved. I do not own Bitcoin myself. I am a person from the outside, and I hope this video or this interview or this podcast, whatever you want to call it, is long, so I'm calling it a podcast for now. It made the understanding of it easier by bringing someone who has more insight than me, far more, which is you. So I guess thank you very much for taking the time to explain all of that, and maybe we see you very soon in a follow-up to this mini interview thing. So thank you very much, Ahmed.
Thank you very much for having me, and I hope you all the best.